confessed to brutally murder this.
And we have to warn you here what you're about to see.
I'm seeing, oh shit. Here. Princess twisted. Oh. Confessable. First of all, if I do anything, I don't want them to show stupid pictures, bitch. Let me see blood.
He is very graphic.
Oh, but this horrible crime never went before a judge or a jury, and we believe
what? How?
It's important for you to hear the truth about what really happened inside that house between those twins and their mother. Katie?
Well, DeMarco, through open records request, 11 Alive has obtained critical evidence that never made it into a courtroom. Crime scene photos, interrogation tapes, surveillance video, and finally the twins' taped confessions. These puzzle pieces show the twins as they spin a web of denials and what investigators used to unravel it. Identical twins share everything. Birthdays, clothing, even DNA. But Jasmia and Tasmia Whitehead also share a dark past. These twins admitted to murdering their mother, a confession that came after 4 months of lying to cover it up.
Twin girls had come home and found their mother deceased.
At first glance, these two sweet 16-year-old girls had just discovered a gruesome scene.
It was the bloodiest scene.
Oh, shit. Can I show this on Twitch? Oh, shit. It's blood. It's not. It's ketchup. It's not real.
I think I've ever been to.
Ketchup.
January 13th, 2010, one of the girls flags down a passing police car. Inside their home, Conyers police find their mother dead after a brutal attack, submerged in a bathtub.
As soon as you open the door, you could smell the blood, like the copper iron smell.
The girls, known as Taz and Jazz, are described as visibly distraught and taken into the care of Conyers police.
You come over here, sweetheart. Come sit over here.
Until now, these tapes have never been seen by the public.
Jazz, like, screaming or say something. I looked that way, and all I saw was, like, blood all over the floor.
We were treating them as, victims, witnesses that came home, found their mother, dead.
Remember, these girls admit it. This is all an act.
He's not gonna come back.
Several times, Jazz asked for her mother.
Mommy.
A mother that she, along with her sister, murdered.
You gotta be strong, Jay. You got to. Because I'm gonna make sure they find the person that did it.
The people who did it are in this room, lying to police.
It's a little red thingy that sit up on like one of the tables. I didn't see it.
There's a vase, a big giant red vase. That had been used to strike their mother.
More lies, some laced with truth.
There was like blood in front of her door, and there was like a line of blood, like somebody dragged her in there. Because I thought, how the lines out on TV?
That's true. Nikki Whitehead's lifeless body was dragged to the bathtub.
And there were drag marks that went from the living room into the master bedroom, into the master bathroom.
Listen as Jazz actually admits to touching her mother's dead body.
I went to her room, and I seen the blood all in there on the floor. And I went in there and I seen her and I touched her.
Later, police would learn she not only touched her.
For me, I don't want to pause though, but first of all, I sharted, farted my pants when I was younger, lying to my mom. Okay? Me doing something bad and telling my mom I didn't do it. I can't imagine you're sitting there, you murdered your mother, both of them, and you're just lying out of your, you're just straight up lying and crying. And
she cut her, bit her, and along with her sister, nearly severed her mother's spinal cord.
That night, we started to have suspicions. There's just something didn't add up. Something didn't seem right.
You didn't hear it all this morning when you left to go to school?
Because she locks her door, because she got a lock that you have to have a key to. And she locks her door at night.
More answers brought more questions.
What time did y'all leave the house?
We missed the bus, so we had to walk.
You walked all the way to Rockdale?
It's not far.
But this surveillance tape shows the girls walk to a gas station and hitchhike to school with a stranger.
Is that the clothes you wore to school today?
And arrive there 2 hours late, as seen here on this school surveillance camera.
Made all your classes today?
Yes.
By now, police are getting suspicious.
Hey girls, we're gonna have to get you guys clothes.
That's what I'm thinking. It's like they're 16 years old. They're 16 years old. No, it's like not even this, but if you lie, the truth always comes out. Oh my God. Hey. That's so good. Right? Like surveillance tape.
And I'll tell you why.
How much do you have to hate
You were in
someone?
the crime scene.
The girls have had a history of domestic troubles with their mother for years. It's evident by this handwritten letter recovered by police at the scene. It was sent from Jazz to her boyfriend. She says, "I just hate living here, being with her."
Tell him you hate her and stuff. When she was dead, and she really did die. I mean, I told her that plenty of times, but she never died.
Presumably to hide their injuries, both girls wear gloves indoors, but police quickly noticed and asked that they be taken off.
Let me see your hands and your arms. What happened here?
I got into a fight.
Did you get in a fight with her?
Your
She
mom.
points to her sister, but the fight was actually with her mother.
They both had what could have been bite marks or scratch marks on their hands. Taz had a bite mark on her left arm.
Detectives decide it's time to separate the girls.
All right.
Oh, shit is over.
Taz, I want you to come out here and sit with them for a minute. I want to talk to your sister.
Why y'all gonna separate us?
Because we need to talk to y'all separate. I know it sounds mean, but it's really not.
Police will now compare stories, and unlike the twins, they're far from identical. Now, tomorrow night, we're going to pick up with this story right where we left off. Police start to look at the girls as suspects and apply pressure,
Like, bitch.
pressure that ultimately
better not
leads to
stop that shit
on-camera
right now.
confessions. We have those tapes as well.
I tell you, it is absolutely chilling watching that video, especially when you know that they're lying.
Right, it is. And when you see the confessions, it's even more dramatic how different the stories are at the beginning and the end. So it really is the complete story, getting all this evidence.
And pick up the story again tomorrow.
And I've been live chatting with folks about the story. You can go to 11alive.com, and I'm going to be live chatting until 11:30 tonight with any questions.
Wow. All right, part 2 tomorrow. Can't wait to see it.
Thanks,
Katie.
Benny.
Thank you.
What a story. Tonight, identical killers now with identical sentences for killing their own mother. Twin sisters, Jasmia and Tasmia Whitehead. They were just 16 years old, 16 at the time of the brutal attack.
Well, last night we showed you never-before-seen video that shows the girls' initial lies to police. Tonight, Katie Beck has the video that shows the two sides of the two teens.
Well, Brenda, the twins weeping and sobbing and asking for mama. You saw the interrogation room video last night. It was all an act, and it was an act police ultimately don't believe. Watch tonight as the tough questions start to rattle the twins and just how rattled they get when they're finally arrested.
All right. Taz, I want you to come out here and sit with them for a minute. I want to talk to your sister.
The moment you
Police
separate
start
people,
to set their sights on Jasmia and Tasmia Whitehead as suspects in their mother's murder.
It started to become clear that at the very least they were being deceptive.
Like when the twins told police how they'd been horrified to find their home covered in blood.
Jazz, like, screaming or say something. I looked that way, and all I saw was, like, blood all over the floor.
They killed their mother
calm
and tried to
seeing
hide
that.
it.
There was evidence that they tried to clean up and just realized it was just too much.
Investigators smelled bleach in the carpet, saw bloody clothes in the wash, and found clothes the twins had thrown away.
Is that the clothes you wore to school today?
But not the clothes she wore during the murder.
Any information you think I might want to know that you haven't told me?
No.
The twins start to show their nerves, perhaps their guilt, especially Jasmia, seen here rocking back and forth.
You think we did it? Why you say that? Because it seemed like it. Oh, who said that? Well, it just seemed like how y'all were questioning us and stuff. It just seemed like y'all think we did it.
Denial after denial.
It was so stupid. You always ruin everything. You're just stupid.
No, I swear to God.
The separated twins try to stick to their story, but being apart is wearing them down.
Yeah.
Sit over there. Come on, sit down. Be calm and sit down, okay? Don't do nothing crazy, all right?
I just need you to be calm and sit right there.
The firmer police get, the more lies the girls tell. Those fresh cuts and bites on both of their hands and arms. They first tell police they got in a fight with each other, then exchange that lie for another.
The twins were claiming that the bite marks they had on them were self-inflicted, that it's a nervous reaction that they would have.
Jazz tries to act out that lie for the cameras as she bites her own hands. Meanwhile, her sister Taz, also aware of the camera, performs another act.
Can't eat. Mom's dad, stick a scratch. I know this whole thing on me over the scratch.
And prays aloud, hoping to catch her mother's killer.
Please, God. And I really want them to catch this person.
Wow.
The girls went home with their great-grandmother that night. They went to school, had a social life, perhaps started to believe that they'd gotten away with it. But police were watching them all the while and building a case. Nearly 4 months later, their time was up.
Once we got them both arrested, we got the car mic'd up to listen to them in case they'd said something together incriminating.
This is an audio recording of the girls talking on the day of their arrest.
Some of them bite more. They said they can't on the cheek on my arm.
The twins' tone has changed.
I'm not going down for something I did not do. Me either. The day you find a murder with my fingerprints on it or something, please do that. Please find a murder with me and then get rid of her. Thank you.
The two sweet, victimized twins were long gone.
Just the anger coming out in the voice again, talking about how terrible our evidence was, how, you know, if you want to charge me, find a murder weapon.
What you waiting for? They have coffee and donuts and have it get jolly on time. She don't care.
Once in police custody and in jumpsuits.
Recorded.
Faced with a murder trial, the twins' tone would change again as they finally break down and give their tape confession. Now, as you might guess, tomorrow night we're going to show you how this story ends, the girls' confessions. And in these recordings, you will hear about the brutal fight they had with their mother and how they disposed of the murder weapon that was never found. I am also live chatting right now about this story along with the investigator on this case to give you more behind-the-scenes information. We're going to be online till about 11:30. If you want to join the discussion, just log on to 11alive.com. It's right on the homepage.
Absolutely fascinating. All right, we look forward to part 3 tomorrow.
Brenda.
Katie, thank you. Well, we've seen them lie while under interrogation and even mock officers after their arrest. Tonight, you'll see those same twin sisters admit to brutally killing their mother. This week, 11 Alive cracked open the case file of Jasmia and Tasmia Whitehead, and tonight, the most chilling details yet. Katie Beck is here with the twins' confession.
Well, Brenda, we pick up almost exactly 4 years after the crime, the twins about to go to trial. Instead, they accept a 30-year sentence and start talking about what actually happened the morning of the murder.
It wasn't like it was a fight on the street. It was more of a fight till somebody died.
A fight with their mother after waking up late for school.
She just started waving the pot around.
Every time, it was like children and mom. Listen, when I was living at home, same thing. I was pissed at my mom. Couldn't even, like, to me, it's like I said that before. How much hate do you have to have in your heart to kill someone? But I want to listen to the story, how they did it, or was it an accident? They were fighting, I know, but she said, I don't know who the other one, it was like a fight until somebody dies.
Things like that or whatever. So I guess she trying to hit us with the pot. You know, she just threatening us and everything.
The girls say they got the pot away from her, but it was the start of an all-out brawl.
Your mom's yelling?
We all yelling.
Everybody's yelling.
We mad.
So she was
I
straight.
took the pot from her. This one she had grabbed and I kind of turned around and said, get back. But she didn't keep the knife in her hand. My mom is winning that battle with the knife or whatever, so I picked up the pot and I hit her with the pot.
Jazz breaks this red vase over her mother's head. It was the first sign of blood, and her mother fought back.
She bit me in my chest. Like I said, I'm not that big, so when she bit me, she latched on to me, and I'm trying to get her off of me because it hurts. I'm trying to punch her, I guess, and I think Dad stabbed her. He stabbed her.
After more fighting, Jazz says at some point she begins to choke her mother with this ribboned medallion she won as a child. Her mother delivers a swift backhand blow, catching her by surprise.
So I was stunned. I think I picked up a knife and I I stabbed her. They wasn't cuts like they were deep. I couldn't bring myself to do that.
After all the biting, punching, screaming, and stabbing, the twins dragged their mother into the bathtub. Neither really explain why.
You have
Right. Like, you fought. Like, when I say fought, it was like catching hands, MMA, WWE fight going on. But she said the cuts weren't deep, not her. It's Jess, because she couldn't do it. At this point, I think the mom is not dead yet. Maybe she's unconscious.
I was at the top.
And Jazz had her feet.
Yeah, she was heavy.
Oh, at that point, she was dead.
They put her in the tub.
But Nikki Whitehead was still alive. In fact,
I
she
knew
was
it.
talking to the twins.
What's she saying?
She hated us.
Oh.
She hated us. And I don't know, like, it's like the same thing. We're going to jail.
But what are you saying to her?
I'm sorry. I told her I was sorry.
Minutes later, they would watch their mother die.
She went under a couple times and that was it.
When that was it, let me use your words, when that was it, what'd you and your sister do?
I guess we were shocked. We were
So-
relieved. I guess what we did. We cried. We cried for a long time.
Then they would attempt to clean up, go to school, and begin their lies to police.
We just started planning how we was going to cover it up, I guess.
The girls admit that when they returned, they expected the police would be there, and their mother would not. The sight of what they had done was overwhelming.
I really wished it didn't happen like that. I wish I could have saw something else to do. I wish I did. Sorry. It was just confusion. It was like turmoil. It's just like it never stopped.
The girls wish they'd called police during the fight rather than hours after the murder, been truthful, and wish they still had a mother.
I'm sorry, I miss her. But it was not what Linda and all of them try to make it seem. I didn't hate her. Taz didn't hate her either. It just was built up. I don't know, I guess heated along and just built up anger between all three of us.
Now, the prosecutor in this case says he intends for both of the girls to serve every day of their 30-year sentence.
God damn it. So they were fighting. Shit got heated. And then they killed their mom. Oh yeah, that's the story of these two. But if you want to check out the video, I'm gonna put the link in the description. But yeah.